What is going on? It is Shaft the Algo guy, and yeah, I'm here to do some Jetpack Compose videos. Yeah, Android development in general, it has been my thing for a while, and I've decided that I want to try to focus on that instead of algorithm videos solely, like leak code solutions to algorithms. I'm still going to be doing that because that's still important in today's day and world and day, whatever, of data structures, interviews, and things like that. But I think it's also important to still work with the actual SDK stuff and maybe learn how to like really build that out because that's what people work with in practice. Okay, so with that being said, here's my first video. It's a trial run, so don't stab me with pitchforks and chase me with torches. Gonna get better content soon. But yeah, let's get started. So for this video, I'm just going to assume, I might do a more in-depth video on Compose later on, but I'm just going to assume that you all know the basics of how to set up a Compose project, Android Studio, things like that. I'll go into that later at some point in the future as well, like do its own separate video just in case. But for now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to just try to do a simple Jetpack Compose application that just creates a row of buttons from a list of strings. So let's try that. So basically, if first of all, I'm going to create a list of strings. I don't need to do that. So I'll call it button 1. I'll just call this button 2, button 3. I'm just gonna iterate through this, right? And what I can do, and this is just me playing around right now, right? But I'm going to for each I'm going to create a button. Okay. And let's see, the on click, I'm going to, let's try toasting. So in Jetpack Compose, current contact, let's see, actually, so let's just leave a context here because toast requires a context equals require context. Nope. Let's just do this. Okay, and then context. Let's just say it dot. So for each it, and then toast dot length long, and then show. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna create this button list, right? What's my issue here? Oh yeah, and the button text should be it. We need to assign a text to the button, so we're going to just assign it. So it is at this point just the text for each of these strings, right? So button 1, button 2, button 3. Let's call it 3. Let's see what happens. Gradle build is running. The future, I'm gonna have to like edit these a little so that the Gradle build doesn't run. So you see how, okay, so I see button 3, right? And I click button 3 and I get a toast that says button 3. So what's the issue here? Okay, well, the issue is these buttons are all superimposed on each other. And in order to prevent that from happening, what you need to do is actually, we can put these in a row or in a column, right? So the row and column are the basic structures in Jetpack Compose that are essentially designed for alignment of objects, right? So if I do that, I can run this guy, and there you go, all the buttons are in a row, right? So I'm not going to go too much into modifiers today, right? But what I can also do, actually, horizontal spacer, I think it's a spacer, right? Spacer, modifier, Width 10 dp. Okay. Come on. Okay, let's try seeing if this spacer fixes this problem. So this spacer is just another construct which allows for evenly spacing objects, you see? So I could do it like this. There's other ways to do this. I could introduce a padding around this, which I'll go into in another video. And then I can also change the height and the width of rows and things like that. So let's say I change this to a column. And there you go. So there a column aligns this in a column, and then you can do things like grid views and stuff like that. So okay, so this is my first video. I'm not going too much into the details there, but as you can see, I can still click all the buttons and get a toast out. Yeah, so next time, this is the trailer. Stay tuned for more complex Jetpack Compose videos where I go much more in depth into things. I'm still getting my groove going and feeling my flow out. But yeah, thanks for watching if you did and bearing with me, and I promise they will get better in the future. All right, thanks a lot.